Will there be any academy players getting signed to the first team in 2013? And if so, who do you envision making that jump? This is from Owen in Toronto.
Well, one of the great things, again, is that we're not only great peers. I think the three gentlemen, Earl and I, worked together in D.C., so there's a long-standing relationship there. When I was with D.C. United, be it the U.S. national team, when Earl was with the Canadian Federation, seen Paul from across the benches when he was at New England and very successful, went to 4 MLS Cup finals. When I coached 4 teams, got fired and hired a few times, but I've been around. And I think there's not only a level of respect but trust among these three gentlemen here. And one of the great things is it's all about communication. And Paul, just to let you know, is going to meet the academy staff next week, talk about that red thread from top to bottom, what's important. I think Paul and I know what it takes to succeed in the highest level, what kind of players we need to deliver to our first team. I don't think we have anybody, to be real honest with you, that are ready right now. There's also an ongoing discussion with Earl in particular. How do we bridge between our senior team, Danny Dichio's team, the 17, 18-year-old, and our first team? Do we need to? And those are great discussions because our ownership group is wonderful about that. Do we need to look into a USL team? Do we need to purchase an NASL team to give those talented kids maybe one more year, as they talk about Daniil Henry right now, to get significant games on a very high level, meaningful games, in order that they can be ready? And I think last year has shown that some of the kids that were signed prior to us arriving weren't the right guys, and not because they weren't good players, but because they weren't ready, more so mentally than anything else. And I think we're not going to make that same mistake. So we are aligned in terms of our vision. We are aligned in terms of how we want to play. And we also have a very good understanding what kind of player do we want to bring up to our first team that will reflect our first team and our city and our style of play.